Hello. Yeah. Happy New Year. Hello. Welcome to Verbling. Hi
Hello.
there.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Hi, Heidi. How funny. Today's class is about New Year's and New Year's resolutions. We're gonna have a little conversation and talk about making promises to ourselves.
Mhm.
But I laugh because of your icon there. Your Happy New Year.
We're in kimono.
Perfect. Wearing a kimono. Very nice. Perfect. Very appropriate for the class.
Yeah.
Uh, Perfect. Okay. How was your weekend?
I'm not sure. I already mentioned that on Friday, last Friday, I won a lottery, uh, a little money, more than $100, very small amount.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Then after that,
Great.
I tried to print out some articles, but my printer didn't work anymore. Then I went to the electronic appliance shop very close to my house. There are many things. Then I asked the officer that staff, I'm looking for a printer. He said, "Oh, you are lucky. Today I have a bargain about the printer. It was very cheap, $50.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that
So
worked out.
my lottery money covered the printer.
Free printer.
Yeah, it's Epson Epson printer.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great. Alexander, where'd you go? Come on back. Okay. Uh, wow. Well, that's cool. Sounds like you had a great weekend. I took some days off for the holidays, so I've been
Yeah,
spending time with my family.
I
Yeah.
got a free printer and also a little money.
Nice. Well, I was not so fortunate. I just spent a lot of money. I didn't win any money. Okay. Any case, our topic today is actually New Year's resolutions. Is that a tradition in Japan? Do
No,
people
oh,
promise?
no. Oh, we go to shrine the New Year day early morning. Then we pray to the God, the family's health, wealth, like that.
Okay. But it's not like a tradition. Well, first of all, actually, in Japan, do you celebrate New Year's like in what, 2 or 3 days from now, or do you celebrate lunar New Year's?
No, before maybe it was before the Second World War, and the people had a lunar calendar. But after losing the war, America came to Japan. America forced a lot of American culture to Japan. So we don't use lunar calendar anymore.
Okay. So New Year's Eve is in a couple days then for you and
Yeah,
for me. All
yeah.
right. Okay. Great. Uh, okay, hang on. I'm gonna come right back to you. I don't want to miss this student. Hi, Jane. Hello.
Hi, Otley. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Loud and clear, actually. How are
Uh,
you today?
I'm good. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Oakley? Yes.
Otley.
Very good.
Okay. Thank
Very good.
you.
Where are you from, Jane?
I'm from Hong Kong. Hello.
Ja Hi, Jane. Where are you from?
Hi, I'm from Hong Kong. I'm currently working in Singapore.
Oh, okay. Uh, my goodness. All right. You're missing a flight yesterday. Uh,
Oh, oh yeah. I
un
read about the news.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah, it's pretty scary.
Yeah, here's my theory. Jane, have you ever heard of the Bermuda Triangle?
Oh, is it near Upper Cuba, near US?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this mysterious geographical area where planes and boats go missing a lot, or they used to. Yeah, my theory is the new Bermuda Triangle is going to be the Malaysian Triangle.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I
just
think it's
my theory.
probably about the training of the pilot there.
Well, that's probably a lot more logical than my ridiculous theory.
But your assumption may be possible.
Yeah, it's scary. It's weird. Uh, okay, well, we're talking about. Okay, I'm glad that you're here. Okay, we just surmised. I'm an American, but I live in the Philippines, and we celebrate New Year's Eve in two days, right? 2 days? Yeah, Wednesday night. Yep. And in Japan, they also celebrate New Year's Eve in 2 days. How about in Hong Kong and Singapore? I have no idea. Hong Kong, do they celebrate the Lunar New Year's? Chinese New Year's?
Oh, they celebrate everything. We have countdown for Christmas, countdown for Halloween, countdown for New Year Eve, countdown of Chinese New Year. So we basically celebrate everything.
I see. Okay. Well, that's convenient. Is it the same in Singapore?
Yes, it's about the same in Singapore, but not as much as in Hong Kong. But
No.
they do celebrate New Year Eve.
Okay. Very interesting. All right. Now, do people in Hong Kong or Singapore, do people make New Year's resolutions?
Yes, of course. Like all of us will set our goals for the next year and write our wishes.
Write your wishes. What do you mean?
Some of us will, in Hong Kong, some of us will go pray in the Chinese temple and tell the goddess our will in the next year. And we have a special ceremony. We borrow money from the goddess. So the amount may be 1 billion, 10 billion. So it's just for, I don't say it's for fun, but it's just we just want to wish that we'll be wealthy in the coming new year.
But you're borrowing the money? How do you pay it back?
Oh, you just show some appreciation to the god. You don't need to return the money.
Okay. Well, that's convenient. Or you don't have to die.
Yeah, don't worry.
That's good. Okay, very interesting. I'll talk to you more about your own resolutions in a second. Let me go back to Heidi.
Okay.
Heidi, so it's not really a tradition in Japan to make a promise to yourself or a resolution. Is that right?
New Year, I'm sorry, I'll mute you because a little noisy.
Okay.
But New Year's Day is very important for Japanese. So many people, maybe it's kind of resolution. They make something. Do you know writing character on the paper, calligraphy?
Okay. Calligraphy. Yes.
Yeah. Many people write down some words for this year.
Okay. A little bit similar to what Jane was talking about. About writing down your wishes for the new year.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do they do? Okay, explain it to me, actually. I'm very interested. Where do they write it down? What do they do once they've written it on paper? Do they burn it or bring it to a shrine, or how's this work, really?
A student are learning calligraphy, and a young student, maybe elementary school. Then in the school, they are writing down something, their hope.
Okay. Got it. And then once they've written it down on paper, what do they use? Well, they use calligraphy pens.
January, the many shrines burn a lot of things about related to God. New Year's Day, we have a lot of ornament around my house or card or many places. They gathered that ornament to shrine. Shrine burn everything.
Aha. Okay.
That time, yeah, people bring even that calligraphy.
I see. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Interesting. I see.
Bonfire?
Okay. A bonfire? All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, okay. A bonfire is a New Year's tradition in many cultures, actually. Okay. All right. Have you ever done this when you were younger, perhaps?
Yeah, when I was a child.
Okay.
But
All right.
now I don't believe any God. Before I mentioned, I'm atheist.
Okay. But nevertheless, do you make any resolutions to, who knows? I mean, eat healthier foods. Common resolutions for Western people, Americans and Brits and many Europeans. We make a New Year's resolution, you know, to eat better or quit smoking or quit drinking or.
Maybe after New Year's Day, a lot of teachers will ask us New Year's resolution.
Right.
So now I'm thinking about that.
Yeah, I'm getting an early start. I know. See, I'm having my New Year's resolution class earlier, so that I'll be the first. That was my evil plan. Yeah, so it won't be a boring topic, because I'm sure you're right. Many Verbling teachers will be asking about that. I'm absolutely sure you're correct. You want to know what my I have a New Year's resolution, and it has to do with Verbling, as a matter of fact.
What?
What is it? I have to start closing my classes on time so that I can open a new class on time. Because you probably notice, Heidi, you've taken many of my classes. I always close the class like 1 or 2 minutes late, and then my next class starts like 2 or 3 minutes.
Some students are very chatty, even though really fast, but still talking. It's very difficult to stop them. I know.
Yeah, that's very true. I have a hard time ending the class and then starting a new class. So my Verbling teacher statistics shows very bad numbers for on-time classes, because if you're even seconds late, it's too late. But it's impossible when I have many classes in a row, because you can't just close a Hangout and open a Hangout instantly. It doesn't work that way. So I'm going to have to resolve to actually close the class with 1 or 2 minutes left, so that I can switch over.
It's very good resolution.
Yeah, you think so? Okay. Well, yeah. I'll try. I'm no good at resolutions. I'll tell you that. Right? Just not very good at resolutions, if I want to be perfectly honest. Let me ask Jane. Jane, are you going to have any New Year's resolutions this year?
I want to speak fluent English and be confident in public speaking.
Be confident in what speaking?
In public speaking.
Ah, okay. Well, you're working on that right now. Getting a head start. Okay. Very good. Do you have to do public speaking in your job?
Not in front of a lot of people, but I need to present in front of my boss and few of my colleagues.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's public speaking. It's public speaking if it's 3 people or 300.
I think it's not as many as 300 people, but maybe around 10 of them.
Okay. And do you have to present in English?
Yes, I need to present in English.
Okay. So, very important. All right. Well, that's obviously that's a good resolution as well. Useful and practical. Okay. That's a good one. Are you good at keeping promises to yourself? A resolution is a promise. You vow, you swear, you promise.
I think I will try my best to keep my promise.
Okay. We can use any of these verbs. Or resolve. Resolve is the verb form of resolution, is the noun, and resolve is the verb. Okay.
Mm.
I don't have a very good history of keeping my resolutions myself. 2 or 3 weeks. But I am not alone. Actually, I've read about articles that most people last about the same, 2 or 3 weeks, especially things like health-related, exercise, watching your diet, or drinking coffee or alcohol, or things like that. Many people last 2 or 3 weeks, and then that's it. Actually, a great time to invest in companies that sell healthy foods or publicly traded gyms, to work out. You invest in them like right before or like right now, today. Heidi, take your $50 and invest in Gold's Gym. Because their business goes, very high for the January, and then of course it's going to drop like crazy in February. This is very common.
You should buy some land in Philippines because the land price is getting higher and higher.
Well, yeah, and wink, wink. We're working on that. We're working on that. My wife and I, actually, as we speak, my wife is actually talking to a real estate agent.
Oh.
No kidding. So, way ahead of you. Way ahead of you on that one. Now, that might be a better resolution for me to make for this upcoming year. Actually, that's not a bad one. Thank you. Because that's an intention already. Now, see, if I already intend to do that, then that's a good resolution. If I fully intend to do that. Heidi, are you good at keeping your? Are you self-disciplined? I guess. Are you good at keeping promises to yourself?
It depends on the promise.
Yeah. Somebody who's good at it is self-disciplined. I'm not that great, but yeah, it depends. Depends on the promise, really. All right. Do you have? Let's talk about New Year's some more. Heidi, do you have plans already set?
For New Year's Day?
Ooh, well, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Good question.
Yeah, my husband is going back to his hometown, but I can't do that because I'm a little sick. I have stomach ache sometimes. So if there is some traffic jam, I can't bear about that situation. So I refuse. Then I'll be alone in my house. I can do anything in my house. Wow.
Okay. All right.
Usually I need to cook something for New Year's Day, but this year I don't need to do that. So I will a lot of things. Sukiyaki or my favorite thing.
Oh, I like sukiyaki too. It's actually one of my favorites.
Yeah, I don't eat so much, so I buy very expensive beef for sukiyaki.
Kobe?
Don't eat sukiyaki.
Some Kobe beef?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Oh, here we go again. I haven't eaten yet today, and you're making me hungry again.
I'm sorry. My conversation is always related to the food.
It's okay. I don't help. I also love to talk about food. Speaking of food, Jane, are there any special foods that people eat on New Year's Day in
Mm,
Hong Kong, for example, or Singapore?
oh, not in New Year's, but in Chinese New Year,
Chinese New Year,
we have
right?
more special food for that. In Singapore, we will have noodles called lo hei, in
Mm-hmm.
which we a group of us sitting around the table, and we use the chopstick to lift the noodles together to lift it high to the sky, which means
Ah,
prosperity. So we hope for prosperity.
nice. Okay, that's cool. That
Mm.
sounds great. Slightly messy, maybe.
Yeah, it's not slightly messy, it's very messy.
Oh, great. I like messy traditions. I like that one. What, what's it called again? Lo Hei?
Lo hei, yes, correct.
I'll look that one up. I'm
Mm.
gonna try that. Okay. I'm an American, and it's quite different because now I live in the Philippines. In America, New Year's Eve is a night to go out to restaurants. It's the restaurant, biggest business night for restaurants of the year
So
by
you can
far.
invest in restaurant at that time.
Yeah, well, it's only a one night thing, so it's not like, yeah. But yeah, it's a very big night for restaurants, and you go out and you have a nice dinner and probably do a little dancing. You're going to go listen to some music, see a band, or many places have a band right where you have dinner. Um, any case, that would be very normal. Here in the Philippines, it's more family. But speaking of food, for New Year's, your New Year's meal, here the tradition is to eat round food.
Round food.
Round.
Oh.
I don't know if this is like Akuna, what is that? Akuna Matata or what? The circle of life? I'm not sure, but you have a round ham and
Mm.
queso de bola. It's round cheese, and you eat lots of round fruit,
Mm.
oranges and melons and things like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
in Hong Kong, we have the same tradition. Like we eat a rice ball in soup,
Ah,
which means harmony and family reunion.
okay. All right. Same idea. Interesting.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Heidi, how about in Japan? Is there any traditional New Year's foods?
Yes, yes. New Year's food is we have a lot of kind of food, traditional food. All ingredients related to happiness. For example, shrimp. Shrimp, they are back with carb, so it means you can live longer until all the has like that.
Okay.
And then New Year Day, we have some Japanese soup. The inside of soup, we put mochi is rice cracker, rice cookie. What's that? Do you know
Okay.
mochi?
I think so. I'm not sure,
Yeah.
actually. I'm not sure.
Rice cracker, rice cookie,
Rice cake?
rice
I don't
cake.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's round shape, and even radish or carrot, Japanese carrot, not different. It's different from European carrot. Very red color,
Oh,
and radish is white, white and red, all round shape.
right.
Hmm.
Okay. Also round shape. Really? I didn't realize that. Round thing was, no, I thought it was just in the Philippines. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. What is the whole round thing? Harmony? What is
Round
this supposed to
shape
mean?
is what's it? If you find some stone in the river, if stone rolling stones in the round shape, right? They
Yeah.
have round shape. It means you are mild or you are a very good partner like that. Round shape is very good.
Hmm.
You hit to others, but both don't get some injured.
Okay. Right. Okay. I see. I can understand the logic there. All right. Oh, cool. Okay. And for New Year's Eve, I mentioned American style New Year's. You have a very nice dinner. You spend a lot of money. Usually, it's more. Sometimes families spend it together and they watch. What is it? Dick Clark's New Year's Eve countdown, and of course the ball. Oh, another circle. Ah, yeah. The ball drops in Times Square. Of course, that's the exciting thing that Americans watch. And there's a lot of fireworks at midnight. So anyway, you can have a more family-oriented, or you can, if you're romantically involved, you have a romantic dinner, or some people hang out with their friends. So different people do different things. In the Philippines, it's quite different. Let's see, Jane, how do people celebrate New Year's Eve? How are you going to celebrate New Year's Eve in 2 days in Singapore?
Oh, in Singapore, there is a Singapore 50 concert because we are not just celebrating the New Year, we are also celebrating the 50th anniversary of Singapore.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so we'll have concert from 7 p.m. till 3 a.m. non-stop.
Wow. No kidding. Well, what kind of concert? Symphony orchestra, rock concert?
I think it's rock concert and some pop singers.
Pop. Uh-huh.
And we'll have fireworks.
Okay. Fireworks.
Yeah, fireworks.
Yeah. Right. We have to say fireworks with an S. Never firework.
Okay, firework.
I bought a firework and it doesn't work. You have to, even if you buy one, I bought one piece of fireworks.
Oh, one piece of fireworks.
Yeah, might be a better way to say it.
Okay.
Yeah. I live in the Philippines now, and there's a lot of fireworks, and I don't know. I might find time to go buy some fireworks. I'm not sure. I should have. I don't have much money left is the problem. After Christmas, went a little crazy.
Firecracker, right?
Firecracker. Those are the ones that go bang.
It's very dangerous.
Yeah.
They not roast their fingers.
Yeah. Every year, part of the New Year's Eve tradition here in the Philippines, everybody has fireworks. Basically, you go to somebody in your family's house. So this is what you see. Every street, everywhere. You see empty, dark house, house with 20 or 30 people, empty, dark house, empty, dark, 30 or 40 people, empty, dark, like that. Every third, fourth house on the street has a lot of people, and they're shooting off fireworks all night long, just as soon as it gets dark, before it gets dark. And then, of course, an amazing crescendo at midnight. So you're right, there's fires start, the emergency rooms are full of people blowing up their hands, and not just firecrackers, little tiny bang, but as tall as a human being fireworks they set off in the street. They'll just put them in the street where the cars drive and shoot them up into the air over their houses. So yeah, even every year some nuts fire guns, weapons into the air. Which, of course, what goes up must come down, and pretty much every year somebody gets killed with a gunshot that comes down. Happens every year. To tell you the truth, there's a lot less. Usually there's fireworks all from even before Christmas, all more and more every night right to New Year's Eve. But this year I haven't really noticed that many. Not a lot. Not like it has been in the past. But anyway, tons of fireworks. Family gets together, has a lot of food, maybe drinking some alcohol, but anyway, big party. Children running around screaming. Yeah, pretty wild. Heidi, how about in Japan? What's going on? I realize you're going to have a quiet New Year's Eve, but
End of year, before New Year Day.
yeah.
Before New Year Day, we have a lot of concert. Almost all concert is Beethoven number 9.
Really?
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
No, da 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 da. Dun,
No,
dun,
that one.
dun, 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 dun,
Da, da,
dun.
da. Oh, yeah, okay, got it. Right,
It's a new word, right?
right. I
So
got it.
at first, someone sang a song. It's starting. Then after that, it spread around Japan. So many places had a concert. Then many people participate at the chorus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, another Western tradition, very British, but also Americans do it, is the singing of Old Lang Syne, which is very old English. I don't know if you guys have heard this. Probably Gene has, from Hong Kong. Jane, have you ever heard this song?
Oh no, can you give me a rhythm?
What's that?
Can you give me a rhythm? Like a few sentences.
Okay, well, I can't. Refrain? Well, I can try. But I don't know the words. I only know very lest old acquaintance be forgot and blah, blah, blah,
yeah, I heard about it. Yeah.
blah,
But
blah,
I don't know the
blah,
name
blah.
of the song.
Well, that's it. Old Lang Syne. This is very old. I don't even know what it means, to tell you the truth. I should have looked it up before class. But it's very old English, very old song, I suppose. But anyway, after midnight, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you make a lot of noise with noisemakers, fireworks, whatever. And then once it settles down a little bit, you traditionally sing this song. Which I've seen. I've witnessed this before. I'm always jealous because I don't know the words. I just mumble along. Ma, 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 ma. I pretend I'm singing.
Oh,
Anyway.
I think they have some composer in Hong Kong. They gave this song some Cantonese lyrics.
Really? Funny. Okay. Heidi, have you ever heard this song before?
This is
Heard of it?
Japanese
Yeah.
title is Light of Firefly. Firefly, right?
Really?
Yes. The lyric is different.
Okay.
Light, firefly light, and the snow on the wind. The
All right.
student studied using that light, even midnight.
Okay.
Poor students, they didn't have any light, so they studied with a firefly summer season with a firefly light, and winter season the light came from the moon. It's reflected to the snow on the wind.
Okay.
So usually
Interesting.
it was sung in graduation day.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, that's a new one. All right. Well, yeah, I used to be a chef, and I told you that restaurants were very, very busy that night. So I didn't have New Year's Eve off from since I was about 14 years old until I was about 44. A good 30 years I didn't see New Year's Eve, really. By the time it was over, everyone goes home very quickly. So no one's around in the United States and actually in the Philippines too. By 2 in the morning, it's perfectly quiet. Is that the case in Japan? Is it
Yeah.
Heidi? Is it?
Last custom for the end of year is I mentioned before 108 sound of temple ring bell, temple bells.
Ah, okay.
All temples, yeah, all temples start hitting their bell 15 minutes before the midnight. Then 108 times they hit the bell, and all finished just midnight.
Wow.
We have 108 Latin language said peccat and sin.
Sorry, again, you have 108 what?
Sin. English is sin against God. Very bad things in your mind.
Okay, right, okay, got it. 108 sins.
Sins. And Latin language is peccat.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
we can jealous or envious or a lot of things. Then
right, got it.
Each verb sound purify that peccat.
I see.
Then we need to hear that if it's finished, our mind purified, was purified enough to receive New Year's Day.
Ah, I get it. Okay, so sort of a cleansing, kind of a cleansing ritual.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Clean your spirit or soul or whatever. Oh, yeah. I like that. That's good. Okay, that's cool. Oh, that's very neat. I didn't know about that. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay. So Jane, will you? What are your personal plans? Are you going to go to this concert physically, or going to watch it on TV? Are you going to a party?
Oh, I'm going it physically.
Physically to the concert.
Oh yeah, you know the floating stage of Marina Bay? Have you been to Singapore before?
I have, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so it's on the floating stage of Marina Bay, outside Marina Bay.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so we'll be spending our whole night there.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's terrific. And that goes till like 3 in the morning, is that what you said?
Oh yeah, it
Crazy.
will be until 3 in the morning.
Wow. Wild. Okay. All right. So New Year's Day you'll be doing what? Sleeping.
I think I should be sleeping for the whole day after I stay up till 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's a tradition, an American tradition that I really miss is New Year's Day. It is like the laziest day of the year. New Year's Day for Americans is actually, it is the best. Now, here's a big day. Speaking of, we were talking about business earlier. Big day for pizza restaurants, pizzerias. Sorry, pizzerias, because everyone's so lazy, no one wants to cook. And as I said, in America, everyone goes out to dinner the night before, and parties till late, and drinks too much probably. So the next day, everyone just sits around on the couch and they just order pizzas. So pizza places are crazy busy on New Year's Day.
Everyone will order home delivery pizza.
Yeah, very normal. Right, which I like that tradition. There's American college football games, which are totally meaningless, and nobody understands how the championship works. But so nobody cares. So the men can sit around and pretend they're watching sports when really they're just kind of half sleeping. Yeah, it's just extremely lazy. I like it.
Is that the Super Bowl, or Super Bowl is something else?
No, the Super Bowl is something else. Actually, in my lifetime, the Super Bowl has moved back further in time, more and more. Now it's in February. It used to be in January.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I was a child, it was in the end of December. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, now it's in February. Interesting, though, that you bring that up, because Super Bowl Sunday is it's not an official holiday, but
Mm-hmm.
it really is a holiday. It really
Oh,
is.
how does that work? So you just
Well,
don't go to work, then no one will blame you on that.
well, it's on Sunday, so
Oh.
there's a party, and many people don't go to work on Monday. They're too tired from the party on Sunday. There's a lot of parties. Both places like bars and restaurants have parties. Many restaurants close. As I said, I used to be a chef. We just closed the restaurant because you're not going to do any business. I worked in nice restaurants, beautiful French cuisine. No one's going out to a French restaurant on Super Bowl Sunday. That's ridiculous. The tradition is to eat like nachos and hot dogs and kind of snack kind of food. You don't even really eat a meal. You just snack and you drink a lot and you eat a lot, basically all night long. Um, Different chips and dips, and maybe there'll be fruits and vegetables you can munch on, but you don't even really eat. Unless, I don't know, barbecued ribs, things like that.
Sounds unhealthy, but I like it.
Oh, yeah, it's very unhealthy. Uh, Absolutely. Everyone bets money for Super Bowl Sunday. Even if you don't know the game, you don't know the rules, there's different betting schemes. You can just bet on, okay, Team A will have a score that ends in 7, and Team B will have a score that ends with 1. And if you're right, you win $300. Yay! So it takes no skill, or you are. There's many kinds of bets. Lots of people make personal bets with their friend, or they join a pool. But there's a ridiculous amount of money out on bets for Super Bowl Sunday. It's fun, and there's always a party. Wherever you go, you're going to find a party.
Wow, that
Um,
is a huge business.
well, yeah, yeah. I had a lot of I went on New Year's. I'm sorry, on Super Bowl Sunday. I would go to I had some friends who lived far, far away in the country, and
Can you see it in Philippines?
it's great.
No.
What's that? In the
Can you?
Philippines?
Yeah. From
I
America.
not in my house, but I have to go. I would have to go to a sports bar. But
Ah.
of course, it's at 8 at night, American Eastern time, so it's 8 in the morning here. So it's not quite the same, of course. I have watched it when my favorite team was playing. I've gone to the bar to watch it and I had a lot of fun a couple times. But if it's not my team playing, I don't bother because it's like 8 in the morning and it's on Monday. I'm usually working because it's 8 o'clock at night Sunday, so that's our time. That's Monday morning. I'm working or whatever, so that's not quite as fun. But anyway, that's Super Bowl. Super Bowl's a really it's a holiday, but it's really informal party compared to New Year's. New Year's Eve, you're supposed to get dressed up and go out to dinner with a suit and a tie, look really nice. Super Bowl, forget it. You're supposed to wear a football jersey or a T-shirt and your blue jeans, and it's extremely informal, the whole thing. So yeah, it's quite a bit different. It's a party, but it's a different kind of party. New Year's Eve, you have champagne. Super Bowl Sunday, you're drinking beer. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. Okay. Uh, All right. So, Heidi, what do people do on New Year's Day? I forgot.
New Year's Day, so I mentioned before, they go to the shrine.
Oh, they go to the shrine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then before the midnight, we eat soba. Soba is the Japanese noodle.
Ah, yeah. Right.
Yeah, hearing the bells, we eat
Okay.
soba with food. The Japanese traditional noodle.
Right.
Because it's very long, right? Noodles are very long, so
Mm-hmm.
we hope our longevity. But I think we don't need to that because yesterday I was watching TV. Japanese population over 60 years already 40% of Japanese population. I think it's enough.
Really? What was that statistic again? Over 60, 45%? Did I hear you correctly?
40%. 40% is
40%.
all the people over 60 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Under 60 years is only 60%.
Right. Wow. So I'm pretty sure Japan has the record
Mhm.
there. It has the oldest population.
So
So
we should eat very short noodles.
yeah, start eating macaroni. You can eat macaroni, those little tiny elbows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that will help. Yeah, it's okay. We're talking about that for Americans. It's very normal. Not just New Year's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving. There's always some kind of sports playing. That's very normal. I haven't really noticed. Actually, I noticed on Christmas there was a basketball game here in the Philippines, a big basketball tournament game or something, some kind of championship. But that's very normal in America. Every big holiday there's some kind of sports event on that day, usually in the afternoon. Um, does that happen in Jane, in Singapore or Hong Kong? Is there any association with big sports events and holidays?
Not what I'm aware of because I think Asians are not very big fan of sports. They would rather have some celebration events like concert or performance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Well,
not as popular as sports are not as popular as in US.
okay. Yeah. It's funny because like Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter, they'll. It depends who wins the remote control because there's always some big sports game on. At the same time, there's always some very emotional drama movie with lots of crying and I don't know.
What are the emotional drama movies about?
I don't know. Well, there's several traditional holiday movies. Okay,
Mhm.
for Christmas, Miracle on 34th Street, A Christmas Story. I don't know. There's a bunch of them. And New Year's Eve, not really. New Year's Eve, it's the Dick Clark countdown to New Year's Eve. It starts at like 8 o'clock. Everybody watches it.
Mm-hmm.
You just put that on the TV and it's on. Nobody really watches it. There's nothing on, but it's just a bunch of celebrities, and they'll have a parade, and the celebrities keep talking about, oh, look at all the people crowding into Times Square. So what? It's a crowd of people. You're not there. What do you care? So nobody really watches it. They have maybe some singing and dancing, kind of like an entertainment show. And Dick Clark. Do you know who Dick Clark is?
I don't know what's that about.
Dick Clark. It's a person's name. Famous guy. Heidi, do you know Dick Clark?
No.
Dick Clark is like I don't know. I think he was born in 1776. He's
Politician?
no. He's an entertainer.
Oh,
He used to host American Bandstand, a famous show that introduced new rock groups in the 60s. So that was in the 60s. He's still alive. He's still hosting the New Year's Eve
I
show.
don't know.
He's been around forever. Yeah, seriously, American Bandstand. It's got a great beat, and I like to dance. They'd introduce songs, and then they'd have the young people rate these rock songs, whatever. 60s and 70s, it was a famous American show. But since back then, he was hosting the New Year's Eve show. So there's a kind of an American joke that Dick Clark is basically immortal. Because he looks the same. He looks the same as he did in 1965. 50 years later, he's still doing the same thing. Anyway, everybody watches this crazy show. So no real sports for New Year's Eve, but New Year's Day, there's important, not really, a bunch of American football games to fall asleep to. That's my plan.
Is there any NBA match on the New Year's Day?
There probably is. I am not sure. But I imagine that there is. It would be logical.
Mm.
There usually is. I watched a game on Christmas. There was an NBA game.
Mm.
We have very big sport event.
Do you?
Yeah, relay marathon. It's
Marathon?
Marathon relay. Relay, do you know?
Relay? Like
Yes,
a team?
relay. Team, yes. Team participate.
Okay.
The
Really?
university students. The universities are in the Tokyo area, so it's not related to here, Osaka. But from Tokyo area, many universities, they are chosen 10 universities. Then they start Tokyo to the Hakone Mountain. Hakone Mountain is a kind of wall of separates Tokyo area and Osaka area.
Mm-hmm.
So before there was a checkpoint in that place. So very famous place, Hakone Mountain. And then they need to go to that place and return to the Osaka. So first day was the 2nd January. They started Tokyo and reached the Hakone Mountain. The next day they start from Hakone Mountain and reaching Tokyo.
Okay. How far is it?
Very, very far. I'm not sure. And it's a kind of mountainside, so too hard.
Yeah.
But it's very popular. Many people in Japan will watch TV.
Okay. Is it international, or
No,
is it all?
No, only Japan, but many foreigners came to Japan. They are studying. So some African people participate as a student.
Okay. They're good runners. Okay. That's an interesting one. Now I like that. Marathons are okay. Yeah, 4th of July usually features some marathons in the United States, and yeah, marathons are sometimes holiday sports events, right? Okay. Do people decorate for New Year's Eve? Heidi, is that?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's decorate a lot of things related to the shrine.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes.
Sure. Okay, Jane, do people decorate in any way in Singapore for New Year's Eve? Well, they must be going crazy with the 50-year anniversary, actually.
Yeah, like everywhere is Singapore national flag and the white and red color which is Singapore's signature color.
Okay. And now, is the 50th anniversary, is it 2015? Is that the idea?
Yes, in 2015.
Okay. All right. So I can look forward to many, many commercials TV talking about come to Singapore. Yay. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that's great. That's cool. All right. So it's going to be a big. What is going on New Year's Day there? Is there anything happening in Singapore for the first day of their 50th anniversary?
I think there is a parade along the Marina Bay coast.
Okay.
So they will have a performance, and people can join along the way.
Right. I was guessing a parade. Sure, of course. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, New Year's Day in the United States, there's a lot of parades as well. I always forget about that. You wake up in the morning and eat breakfast and watch a parade.
Oh, what are there any themes for those parades?
Well, yeah, there are. I forget which. There's one in Hawaii. I don't remember. The luau. I don't know. Many of them have to do with flowers.
What is your New Year's resolution?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, you give me an idea. Well, one was to close the class on time, which I did not do. But it's not the new year yet, so it's okay. You're absolutely right. I'm going to sign off now because I need some practice. Okay. Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. I'm going to go eat now. Actually, you guys made me hungry.
Goodbye. Have a good lunch.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good lunch.
Thank you, Jamie.
You.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
See you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.